Welcome. Let me ask you a question that almost no one ever thinks about. What are you doing to protect your brain? You cover your phone with a screen guard. You lock your house to keep it safe. You secure your money in a bank. But what about the one thing that controls everything? Your thoughts, your actions, your entire life. Your brain. Most people never even think about training it. They assume memory loss is something that just happens. They say things like, I forget everything these days. I can't focus anymore. I walk into a room and forget why I came. My mind feels tired all the time. And then they laugh like it's no big deal. But it is a big deal. It's not funny. It's not harmless. And it's definitely not just age. What's really happening is slow mental decay. You can't see it from the outside, but inside, your memory is fading, your focus is weakening, and your sharpness is slowly dying. And do you know why? Because you never trained it. No awareness, no protection, no mental defense. You use your brain every single day to decide, to solve problems, to remember things, to speak, to plan your life. But ask yourself honestly, how many minutes a day do you actually spend taking care of it? Most people's answer? 0. You take care of your body. You walk, you stretch, you work out. You take care of your skin. You wash it, you moisturize it, you protect it. But your brain, your most powerful, valuable, and life-controlling tool, you just expect it to keep working perfectly, even though you never train it. Here's a truth that almost no one knows. Memory is not a gift. It's a muscle. And just like any muscle, if you don't train it, it weakens, it shrinks, it disappears. If you want to stay mentally sharp, focused, confident, and fully in control of your thoughts, you must start exercising your brain. Not tomorrow, not next month, today. And the best part? You don't need complex techniques or some fake genius method. You just need a few simple, powerful daily brain workouts that anyone, even a complete beginner, can do right at home. This video isn't just about learning something interesting. It's about reclaiming your mental strength. It's about building a brain that remembers faster, thinks clearer, and lasts longer. Because every single day, your brain is under attack. Social media is shrinking your attention span. Multitasking is weakening your focus. Overstimulation is killing your memory. Notifications, noise, endless scrolling, they're destroying the very muscle you need to succeed. And if you don't fight back, if you don't take control, your brain will grow weaker day by day. But if you follow the exercises in this video, not just watch, but do them, you'll feel something that most people have completely forgotten. Mental power, clarity, confidence, control. Your memory will sharpen. Your focus will return. Your mind will feel lighter, faster, and stronger. And most importantly, you'll begin to trust yourself again. Welcome to the most important training of your life. This isn't entertainment. This isn't motivation. This is a battle for your brain. And as your brain grows sharper, your speech, your thinking, and your communication will transform too. Because when your brain strengthens, your words follow, your ideas flow. You begin to express yourself naturally in any language. So, let's begin your transformation. Exercise 1, the memory chain game. What it is? The memory chain game is one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to supercharge your memory. It's built on a science called association, the art of linking ideas together so your brain remembers them easily. Your mind doesn't store single, boring facts. It remembers through connections, stories, and patterns. So instead of trying to memorize 10 random words, we'll train your brain to connect them like links in a chain. How to do it? Step 1. Pick 10 random words. They could be anything. objects, animals, actions, or places. For example, tiger, phone, shoes, rain, candle, door, apple, train, balloon, glass. Now, if you try to memorize that list by simply reading it, you will forget most of it within 10 minutes. That's completely normal. The human brain isn't designed to remember random lists. But here's the trick. You'll turn those words into a funny, emotional, weird little story. Let's try. One day, a tiger called my phone while I was buying shoes in the rain. I picked up the call under a candle hanging from a door. Then I threw an apple at a passing train, which popped a balloon and shattered a glass window. Now, say that story to yourself twice. Close your eyes and try recall all 10 words in order. You'll be surprised how easily they come back. Why does this work? Because your brain loves stories. It loves emotion, color, humor, and strangeness. That's how memory works. Not through repetition, but through imagination. This exercise activates both sides of your brain. Logic on the left, creativity on the right. It forces your mind to focus. Because the story is too unusual to forget, it builds associative memory, the ability to connect ideas, which helps in real life when you need to recall many things together. It strengthens both your short-term and long-term recall. This one simple activity can help you remember shopping lists, people's names, vocabulary words, exam notes, even presentations. And the best part, you can do it anywhere, while walking, eating, showering, before bed. Do it once a day, one story, 10 words, and within a week, you'll notice the difference. Your recall becomes faster. You forget less. Your brain feels alive again. You'll start remembering dreams, details, and conversations you used to lose. Let's try with something practical. Suppose you're learning 5 new English words today. Confident, delay, review, package, airport. Instead of memorizing the list, turn it into a mini scene. A confident man delayed his flight because he wanted to review a package at the airport. Now the words are locked inside a story. You can see the man, the action, the setting, and instantly your brain remembers. This technique works for language learning. Exams, speeches, anything. Morning. Pick 5 words and make a story. Evening. Recall them without notes. Weekly challenge. Go from 5, 10, 15 words in a chain. It's fun. It's powerful. And it works. This is how you rebuild your memory. Not with pills or devices, but with daily mental movement. Exercise 2. Speak to memorize. You've always been told to read to memorize, maybe to write things down. But no one ever told you this. Your voice is one of the strongest memory tools you have, yet almost no one uses it. People read something once and forget it. They watch something useful and forget it. They take notes, highlight, underline, and still forget. Why? Because they're using passive memory. They're putting information in, but never practicing how to bring it out. And that's what true memory is. Not putting things in, but pulling them out when you need them. That's where this exercise changes everything. Here's how it works. Every time you learn something, a new word, fact, idea, quote, or name, don't just read it silently. Say it out loud. Speak it with energy, with emotion, with rhythm and repetition. Don't whisper. Don't mumble. Speak like you're teaching someone, like you're performing it, as if you are the voice of your memory. That moment, that sound, forces your brain to focus harder. Now, you're not just reading. You're engaging your eyes, tongue, ears, and brain all at once. When multiple senses activate together, memory becomes 3 times stronger. When you speak out loud, you trigger auditory memory. Your brain hears your own voice. You turn passive learning into active recall. You transform memorizing into mastering. And the more emotion you add, the more your brain remembers. So today, decide this. You will no longer treat your brain as an afterthought. You will train it, protect it, and strengthen it, just like you train your body. Because when your brain is powerful, everything in your life changes. Your confidence, your focus, your language, your future. This is not just training. It's transformation. It's time to fight for your brain. Let's begin. Exercise 2 continued. Speak to memorize. This method doesn't just train your mind. It activates your body too. Motor memory. When your mouth and tongue form words, your muscles learn along with your mind. Emotional memory. When you speak with feeling, your brain links emotion to information. Repetition encoding. Every time you repeat, the connection grows stronger. That's why people who talk to themselves while studying often remember more. It's not weird, it's smart. Speaking makes memory active, not passive. And that's the secret to long-term recall. How to do it. Step 1. Choose what you want to remember. It could be a grocery list, a few English words, a short paragraph, a quote, a fact, a method, a name, a date, anything. Step 2. Read it once, then speak it out loud. But not like a robot. Add rhythm. Add emotion. Say it like you mean it. If it's a word, pronounce it clearly. If it's a sentence, feel the meaning behind it. If it's a list, give it rhythm or a fun tone. The more energy and emotion you bring, the deeper it sinks into memory. Let's try. Suppose today you're learning 3 words. Grateful, opportunity, challenge. Instead of writing them 10 times, do this. Speak each word aloud. Say it. Spell it. Define it. Use it in real life. Grateful. Grateful. Grateful means thankful. I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for this chance to learn. Now move to the next. Opportunity. Opportunity. Opportunity means a chance. Every morning is an opportunity to grow. This video is an opportunity to upgrade my brain. And finally, challenge. CHALLENGE. A challenge is something difficult. But that's how I grow. Every challenge makes me stronger. Now think about what you just did. You spoke the word, spelled it, explained it, and used it in life. That's 4 layers of memory in under a minute. And you're 10 times more likely to remember them tomorrow. Let's try another example. A quote. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Instead of writing this 10 times in your notebook, do this instead. Speak it 5 times, but each time use a different emotion. Calm. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Strong. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Reflective. Discipline really means choosing between temporary pleasure and long-term purpose. Fast. Discipline now or later, easy or meaningful. It's always a choice. Final. Discipline isn't punishment. It's power. I choose what I want most. What you just created are emotional and vocal memory anchors. Now that quote won't just sit in your notebook. It'll live in your head. Not because you forced it, but because you performed it. You didn't just learn it. You lived it. Want to remember your to-do list? Don't just type it. Speak it. Buy milk. Call the doctor. Study English. Clean my desk. Now walk around your room and say it again with your eyes closed. Now whisper it. Now shout it. Now sing it. And suddenly your brain listens. Because your brain trusts your voice more than your notes. You don't need a mic. You don't need a partner. You just need a few quiet minutes. In the shower, during a walk, or before sleep. Pick anything. A word, a quote, a fact, and say out loud like it matters. Even better, record your voice and listen later. You'll be amazed how much more you remember. Benefits: strengthens memory retention, increases focus and alertness, boosts language skills, trains active recall, builds speaking confidence, improves performance in exams, interviews, and conversations, makes you more present and self-aware. And for English learners, this is gold, because while you train your brain, you also train your mouth, accent, and voice. You're not just remembering. You're becoming fluent, confident, and expressive. You don't need a perfect brain to remember better. You don't need medicine. You don't need genius DNA. You don't even need to feel smart. You just need to show up and speak up, because your brain listens to your voice. It remembers what you say with emotion. It remembers what you repeat with belief. It remembers what you speak with power. This isn't a trick. It's not a hack. It's training real mental fitness. And it works. Exercise 3, the 3-2-1 recall technique. This is your daily memory ritual. A simple habit that strengthens awareness, focus, and recall. It's called the 3-2-1 recall technique because it teaches your brain to search, reflect, and organize your entire day before it ends. It's simple, it's powerful, and if you do it daily, you'll feel your mind wake up again. Most people drift through the day on autopilot, scrolling, eating, working, talking, and by night, they forget 90% of what happened. But memory can't grow on autopilot. You can't remember what you didn't notice. You can't remember what you didn't process. You can't remember what you never reviewed. That's where 3-2-1 recall becomes your brain's personal gym. Each night, before you sleep, you make your brain retrieve the day's moments. You force it to organize and reflect. That simple act builds stronger mental pathways. It trains your brain to store details, emotions, and lessons more deeply than ever before. Here's how. Every night before bed, ask yourself 3 questions. 3 things you learned today. 2 emotions you felt strongly. 1 small detail you almost forgot. You can say aloud, write it down, or whisper in the dark, but you must do it every day. Let's see how it works. At the end of your day, you sit down and do your 3-2-1 recall. 3 things I learned today. 1. The brain remembers better when I speak things out loud. 2. I learned a new English word, intentional. 3. I learned I forget less when I repeat things with emotion. 2 emotions I felt today. 1. Pride, after finishing my morning routine. 2. Frustration, when I couldn't focus for 30 minutes. 1 small detail I almost forgot. I saw an old friend's photo on my phone and smiled at a school memory I hadn't thought about in years. That's it. But imagine doing that every night for a week. Soon, your brain starts noticing more during the day. It connects learning with emotion. It stores small details in sharper folders. It becomes more alert, aware, and alive. Why? Because it knows you'll ask it later. And the brain performs better when it knows it's being observed. This exercise trains the 3 types of memory that matter most. Information memory, facts, lessons, names. Emotional memory, feelings, awareness, clarity. Moment memory, small observations, daily sharpness. And it only takes 3 minutes a day. No app, no tech, no cost. Just pure, simple, real mental training. Do it for 30 days, and your recall will skyrocket. You'll remember where you kept things, what people said, what you learned 5 days ago, and even what you felt. This isn't just memory improvement. It's mindfulness plus awareness plus memory mastery, all in one. Exercise 4, visual snapshot training. Your next workout is for the eyes. Visual snapshot training. This exercise improves your visual memory, focus, and attention to detail. Because here's the truth. Most people look, but they don't see. Visual snapshot training teaches your brain to notice, capture, and store images more clearly. It's the key to remembering faces, navigating spaces, reading faster, and staying mentally sharp. It's especially powerful for anyone who often forgets where they place things, what they just saw, or the details in their surroundings. Faces, clothes, rooms, visuals, little moments. We're going to fix that today. Your brain is like a camera, but most people never train it to take clear, high-quality pictures. We spend our days scrolling, walking, staring, but rarely observing. We see everything and notice nothing. We often remember the big picture, but lose the small parts in between. And here's the truth. Real memory lives in the details. The color of the cup, the curve of someone's smile, the item lying beside your keys, the shirt your friend wore that day, that small object you noticed on your table and later couldn't find. When you train your mind to notice and store these little things, your memory becomes razor sharp. This next exercise builds exactly that kind of precision. Step 1. Choose a space, your bedroom, your kitchen, or your desk. Step 2. Stand in the center and observe your surroundings for exactly 30 seconds. Step 3. Close your eyes or turn around. Now, try to recall everything you just saw. Say it out loud or write it down, but be specific. Not just, there was a bed and a table. Say, there was a red pillow on the left side of the bed, a blue book under the table, a white cup holding a pen, 2 coins beside the lamp, a black sock hiding beneath the chair. Then open your eyes. Check what you missed. Let's try another scene. You're in your kitchen. You look for 30 seconds, then turn away. Now recall, a yellow plate beside the sink, 2 forks crossed near a glass, a half-filled water bottle, a salt jar with a torn label, a pink cloth hanging from the oven, a tiny stain near the microwave, a black pan resting on the left burner. Open your eyes again. Compare. How much did you get right? What slipped through the cracks? Repeat this every day. You'll be amazed how quickly your recall strengthens. Try it in new environments. A cafe, your classroom, a restaurant, your friend's house. Take visual snapshots and test yourself an hour later. Challenge yourself. Remember 15 items in 60 seconds. Recall names and faces by training your eyes to notice small cues. You'll start finding things faster because your brain will actually register their place. You'll speak better because you'll remember what you saw. You'll read better because you'll notice spelling and structure. You'll study smarter because your brain will start visualizing information clearly, diagrams, notes, slides, everything. Soon, even daily tasks will feel sharper because this doesn't just train your memory, it builds attention. And the more attention you give, the more your brain gives back. Your memory becomes detailed. Your awareness grows stronger. Your conversations get clearer. Your thoughts become faster. Because now, you're not skipping anything. That's what makes ordinary people seem extraordinarily intelligent. They don't have bigger brains. They have better attention. And they build it exactly like this. Exercise 5, the backward walk recall technique. This is one of the most unique and powerful ways to sharpen your memory, focus, and mental clarity. Almost no one knows about it, yet it works wonders. It's not just about remembering better. It's about syncing your body and brain into one active system. Because when you move, your brain lights up. Every step you take sends data back to your nervous system. And when you move in an unusual way, your brain wakes up completely. Walking backward, slowly and safely, is one of the easiest ways to interrupt mental autopilot and force full attention. Now, when you add a memory challenge to it, it becomes a full body, full brain workout. This isn't a trick. It's backed by real research. When your body moves in new patterns while your brain recalls information, your focus recalls speed and neural growth skyrocket. It activates your cerebellum, the part of the brain responsible for balance, coordination, attention, and short-term recall. And when you walk backward, your brain can't rely on habit. It has to become fully present. That's why this method triples your memory power. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Find a safe space, a hallway, an empty room, or any area without obstacles. Step 2. Pick a short list of things to memorize. 5 groceries, 5 English words, 5 goals, or 5 people you need to contact. Step 3. Read the list once, then hide it. Step 4. Start walking backward, slowly, carefully. With each step, recall one item from your list and say out loud. When you finish, do it again, but in a different order. Then try recalling the list in reverse while walking backward again. Let's say your list is milk, bananas, bread, soap, rice. Now fold away. Start walking. Step 1, milk. Step 2, bananas. Step 3, bread. Step 4, soap. Step 5, rice. Now reverse it. Step 1, rice. Step 2, soap. Step 3, bread. Step 4, bananas. Step 5, milk. You've just combined your physical motion with mental focus. You force your brain to stay alert, present, and engaged. This is called active recall in motion, and it's one of the fastest ways to strengthen memory. Add variations. Try recalling sentences instead of single words. Use English phrases as practice. Do gentle backward side steps with eyes closed, safely. Increase your list to 10 items. Soon your recall will speed up. You'll remember things during daily life, while shopping, during exams, or in conversations. You'll stop forgetting names. Your brain will feel lighter, clearer, and quicker. Because this method doesn't just improve memory, it builds mind-body coordination. That's what boosts clarity, confidence, and thinking speed. And if you're someone who overthinks, gets brain fog, or feels mentally slow during conversations, just 5 minutes a day of this exercise can completely wake your brain up. Exercise 6. Teach to lock it, the master memory tool. This is one of the most powerful, time-tested memory principles ever discovered. And yet, most people never use it. It's simple. It's ancient. It's unbeatable. Because here's the rule. If you can teach it, you truly understand it. If you can't teach it, you never really learned it. Memory isn't just storing information. It's about retrieving it clearly, confidently, and completely. And the best way to do that is to teach. When you teach, your brain is forced to recall, organize, and explain information. It fills the gaps. It simplifies. It reconnects ideas. That's deep processing, and that's what makes knowledge permanent. How to do it. Step 1. Learn something simple, a fact, a method, a new word, a quote, or one of the memory exercises you just learned. Step 2. Now explain it to someone else or even just to your mirror. Step 3. Don't just repeat it. Break it down. Make it easy to understand. That moment, when you break something complex into simple terms, that's when your brain locks it in forever. For example, let's say you learned the memory chain game from exercise 1. Now close the video and try to teach it. Here's what I learned. Take 10 random words and make a story connecting them in order. Your brain remembers better when it links words to images and emotions. For instance, if the words are tiger, phone, and candle, you could say, a tiger called me on the phone under candlelight. Now, those 3 words are locked in order effortlessly. In that short moment, you just recalled the process, explained it with logic, created new connections, engaged both imagination and reasoning. And that's why teaching is the ultimate form of learning. When we read, we remember some. When we write, we remember more. But when we teach, we remember best, because teaching activates logical memory, verbal memory, emotional energy, self-correction, deep retrieval, and organization. You instantly realize what you truly understand and what you still need to learn. That's why this is called the master memory tool. It's not just about knowledge. It's about ownership of that knowledge. Bonus tip: record yourself teaching. Explain a quote. Summarize a book. Describe an exercise. Review a lesson. Then watch yourself back. Notice what you remembered, what you forgot, and where you struggled. That reflection becomes your personal feedback mirror. And with time, you don't just remember better. You communicate better. You express clearly, think clearly, and connect deeply. Because when you teach, you don't just grow your memory. You grow your mind. You don't just remember what you learn. You absorb it. You improve your English fluency. You build unshakable confidence. You deepen your understanding of everything you study. You become a stronger thinker, a clearer speaker, and a faster learner. People who teach, even if they're only teaching themselves, grow 10 times faster than those who just consume content. This is how you lock knowledge into your brain, not by watching 100 videos, but by teaching one lesson from memory. Your brain is not a warehouse for information. It's a living tool. You train it not by watching, but by speaking, by performing, by recalling, and by teaching. That's how your brain learns to learn. That's how memory becomes a fortress. And that's how you become someone who never forgets what truly matters. Exercise 7, the sound recall drill. Train your auditory memory. The sound recall drill is a mental workout designed to strengthen your auditory memory, the part of your brain responsible for remembering sounds, voices, words, and everything you hear. Most people train their eyes, reading, watching videos, writing notes, but they neglect their ears. Yet in real life, most of what you remember comes from what you hear. Conversation, instructions, names, directions, podcasts, audiobooks, interviews, English dialogues. If your brain forgets what it hears, you'll feel lost, embarrassed, disconnected. But if you train it, you'll feel sharper, more present, and far more confident in conversations. Because listening is passive, but recalling what you listen to is active, and that's what builds memory. Every time you make your brain listen carefully, hold the words, and then repeat them in your own way, you're training your language center, auditory processor, and working memory to fire together. That's how you build a powerful memory loop. One that lets you understand faster, speak clearly, and retain deeply. And if you're learning English, this exercise is pure gold. Here's how to do it. Find a short audio clip, maybe a 30-second voice note, a podcast snippet, a short English sentence from YouTube, an audiobook paragraph, or friend's voice message. Listen to it once only. No writing, no pausing, just pure attention. Then pause the audio. Now, try to repeat everything you remember in your own words, out loud. After that, play the clip again and compare. What did you recall correctly? What did you miss? What details slipped? Repeat this process 2 or 3 times a day with different clips. For example, you hear this line: many people believe memory is a gift, but in reality, it's a skill that can be trained like a muscle. Now you pause and say, most people think memory is something you're born with, but it's actually a skill you can build like a muscle. Did you use the exact words? Maybe not. Did you capture the meaning? Absolutely. And that's what counts. You made your brain listen, process, and recall. That's real memory training. Next, try longer clips, 1 or 2 minutes. Challenge yourself to summarize them in 3 sentences. Practice in noisy places to sharpen focus. Listen to different accents: British, American, Australian. Use new English vocabulary and pronounce it clearly. Soon, you'll start remembering conversations effortlessly. You'll recall what teachers said, what bosses told you, what friends shared. You'll understand English better. You'll listen deeper, focus sharper, and retain longer. You'll stop saying, "Wait, what did they just say?" Because now you'll remember what you hear, and that's a rare superpower in today's noisy world. This one exercise, done daily, can transform your listening power, speaking power, and brain power. Exercise 8, the countdown recall game. Strengthen short-term memory under pressure. The countdown recall game is a fast, high-intensity brain drill built to sharpen your short-term memory, mental speed, and recall under stress. Why does this matter? Because in real life, you're constantly under time pressure. Thinking fast, recalling details, answering questions, making choices, speaking clearly in interviews or exams. Most people don't fail because they're slow or stupid. They fail because their brain isn't trained to perform under pressure. This game changes that. It develops what I call mental alertness plus speed-based memory. Just 2 minutes a day can make you noticeably sharper. Here's how. Pick 5 to 10 random objects or words around you. Look at them for exactly 20 seconds. Use anything. Items on your table, words in a book, colors, grocery names. Then close your eyes or cover the list. Set a 1-minute timer. Now, without looking, recall as many items as you can out loud or written down. When the timer stops, check your accuracy. Repeat with a new set. Example, you see pen, phone, charger, notebook, glass, watch, candle, mask, coin, plant. You observe for 20 seconds. Then close your eyes and say, pen, phone, charger, notebook, glass. You forget watch, candle, mask, coin. You miss plant. That's 9 out of 10. Do it again tomorrow. Your brain will instantly recognize. I need to focus. I need to store. I need to retrieve under time. That's how your mental reflexes grow. You don't just build memory. You build speed, structure, and calm focus. Try using English words you've learned today. Recall them in alphabetical order or backward. Add background noise. Turn it into a competition with a friend. Most memory exercises are slow. This one is fast and alive. It trains your brain to stay composed under tension, to organize chaos, to recall instantly. You'll find yourself remembering and speaking faster, without panic, in interviews, in conversations, in exams, in emergencies, in presentations. This is how top performers think on their feet, and now you can too. These exercises aren't complicated. They're not expensive. They don't need fancy tools. They work because they make your brain do what it normally avoids. Focus, retrieve, react. That's the formula for growth. That's how memory sharpens. And that's how you become the one who remembers what others forget. Exercise 9, mirror narration. Rebuild clarity, memory, and self-connection. The mirror narration exercise is more than memory training. It's mental therapy, confidence building, and self-awareness all in one. It's the art of speaking to yourself, recalling your day, reflecting on your thoughts, and rebuilding your relationship with your own mind. Let me ask you something important. How much of your day do you actually remember? Not just the tasks, but the moments, the feelings, the words, the expressions, the lessons. Most people live 24 hours and forget 80% of it by morning. Why? Because they never reflect. They never narrate. They never process. Your brain is a camera. It doesn't automatically store what happens. It needs intention, repetition, emotion, and structure. And the mirror narration ritual gives you all 4. Step 1. At the end of the day, stand in front of a mirror. You don't need perfect lighting or clothes. Just stand there. Step 2. Look into your own eyes, not at your face, not at your hair, right into your eyes. Step 3, start talking. Tell the story of your day out loud. Try to recall everything in order: what time you woke up, what you did first, what you ate, where you went, who you talked to, what emotions you felt, what you achieved, what you regret, what you learned, and one small moment worth remembering. Speak like you're telling your own life story, not to impress anyone, but to understand yourself. You tell the story of your day to yourself, to make it real, to process it, to keep it alive. And when you speak to yourself in the mirror, something extraordinary happens. You begin to see yourself clearly. You become aware, present, awake. You relive the moments you've lived. And each time you do, your memory grows deeper roots. Your brain lights up, visual, verbal, emotional, and episodic systems all working together. You slow down. You reflect. You bring focus where the day was blurry. You're not just reviewing the day. You're turning life itself into memory. It's 10 p.m. You stand before your mirror and begin. All right, I woke up at 6:45 this morning. I was tired, but I got up anyway. I didn't reach for my phone first. I drank a glass of water instead, and it actually felt good. Then I stepped out onto the terrace. The air was cooler than usual, calm, peaceful. I came back, had toast and tea, and read 3 pages of my book. At 11 a.m., there was a stressful meeting at work. I was nervous. I spoke too fast. I forgot to mention one important thing, and that frustrated me. But later in the afternoon, I had a good talk with Jack. He said something that made me laugh. I want to remember that. In the evening, I watched a YouTube video about brain exercises and learned something new. And tonight, I feel proud that I didn't scroll endlessly on my phone. I want to remember today as a day where I felt in control. That one practice just built a stronger bridge to your day, a deeper memory of your moments, a calmer reflection, a clearer mind, and a louder, kinder inner voice. And your mirror talk with 2 things. One thing you forgive yourself for. One thing you're grateful for. This final touch gives your memory emotional gravity, and emotion makes memory last. The benefits? Your short-term and long-term memory sharpen. Your storytelling improves. You recall details faster. You strengthen your English if you narrate in English. You heal emotional confusion by giving your thoughts a voice. You begin to see patterns in your life. You reconnect with your goals, your progress, your identity. You turn every day into something meaningful, memorable, and real. This isn't a trend. It's a life habit, one that rebuilds your memory, your presence, your self-trust. Do this for 30 days, and you'll remember your life with more clarity than ever before. Exercise 10. Teach tomorrow you. Anchor your memory for the future. This is the final and most powerful exercise of all. A practice called Teach Tomorrow You. It's simple. You record or write down one key thing you want to remember, and you speak it as if you're teaching your future self. Why is it so powerful? Because it brings together everything: memory, emotion, teaching, visualization, self-trust, and deep encoding. It trains your brain to think beyond today, to build memories that last because they mean something. Most people remember for now, not for tomorrow, not for next week, not for life. They read something inspiring, then forget. They learn a lesson, then forget. They make a promise, and forget again. Memory fades when it isn't tied to emotion and purpose. But when you speak to your future self, when you teach what you learned today, you build a memory bridge that stays. Your brain stores it as something that matters because you used it, not just read it. Step 1. Choose one important thing you learned or experienced today. It could be a lesson, a quote, a mistake, a powerful feeling, a new English phrase, a truth about yourself. Step 2. Imagine your future self listening 24 hours from now. You have 60 seconds to tell them what they must remember. Step 3. Speak it out loud or write it down as a message to tomorrow. Say it with clarity, with care, with purpose. Picture this. It's 11:30 p.m. You've had a long day. You sit down, open your journal or your voice recorder, and begin. Dear tomorrow me, I need you to remember this. Today, I learned that when I speak things aloud, I remember better. I did the speak to memorize exercise, and it worked. So tomorrow, use your voice again. Don't just read. Speak. Feel it. Say it. And remember how calm and focused you felt after the mirror narration. Repeat that again tonight. That one message, just 60 seconds long, locks your memory like a vault. And when tomorrow comes, your brain recognizes it instantly. Yes, I know this. I live this. I must repeat this. That's how a single day's learning becomes lifelong transformation. You begin building a daily record of mental growth. You anchor lessons so they don't fade. You combine reflection, teaching, and memory into one living practice. You become your own guide, your own mentor, your own proof of progress. You rebuild trust within yourself. You remember what others forget because you pass it forward. Use this exercise as your final nightly step. Pair it with your mirror narration. First, speak your day. Then, send a message to tomorrow. You don't need an audience. You don't need likes. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need honesty and intention. That's what builds memory. That's what builds self-respect. That's what builds a mind that never forgets who it is. Because this last exercise isn't just about memory. It's about presence. It's about discipline. It's about mental legacy. The strongest brain isn't the one that remembers the most. It's the one that remembers what matters. You made it here to the end, and that says something rare about you. Most people click away. Most people chase shortcuts. Most people want change without effort. But you stayed. You listened. You gave your mind something precious. Attention. Today, you didn't just watch a video. You trained your brain. You honored your memory. You told yourself, my mind deserves better, because your brain isn't broken. It isn't slow. It isn't lazy. It's simply untrained. And today, for the first time in a long time, you trained it. You gave it 10 powerful exercises. You challenged it to remember, to reflect, to focus, to come alive again. And you proved something timeless. You don't need to be born with a great memory. You can build one. You can grow one. You can protect it. You can transform it, starting right now. Your memory is your power. Your memory is your history. Your memory is your identity. Take care of it, and it will take care of you. Before you leave, remember this. You're not behind. You're just beginning. If you make these exercises part of your daily life, you won't just remember more. You'll feel more. You'll think sharper. You'll live deeper. You'll trust yourself again. And that's the real gift of memory. If this video made you think deeper, speak better, or simply reminded you that you're not alone, then subscribe. Not because I told you to, but because you deserve more content like this. Not noise, not empty promises, but real, powerful, life-changing growth. Subscribe, not for me, but for your own journey, your own discipline, your own brain, the one you just gave a reason to grow again. This isn't the end. It's the beginning. Thank you for staying till the end. You're rare. You're powerful. And your mind is worth everything. We'll meet again. Stronger, sharper, and better. Take care of your brain, because it's been taking care of you every second of your life. Subscribe now, and let's grow together.